Now here's a good one too. Who owes you money? A lot of people will sometimes have someone that owes them money, and being nice, they'll just let it stay owed. Well, the thing is, you're sitting on money that's due you. And there are two things you can do at this point. The first thing is you ask for the money and work with the person so they can pay you. So for example, I had a client that owed me $900 and she was falling on really hard times and just couldn't give me the $900. So I worked out with her a payment option. She pays me $20 a month. Yes, it's going to take forever to get the $900, but I empowered her to stand in her integrity and pay me the money she owed while still contributing to my monthly cash flow. Sometimes you can't get that money back. I had another client, she owed me a lot more money and she just stopped paying and she wouldn't return my phone calls, and then I heard through the grapevine that she was bad-mouthing me. We were friends and now she was telling people what an awful person I was. So I realized I wasn't going to get that money. So at that point, I could either A, fume, get mad, and hold on to this money I was never going to get, or I could release it. Releasing it frees up the energy. So if you're not going to get that money that is owed you, release it. Get it off your books, get it off your mind, release it. So here, these are the 3: clearing clutter. Cash in on all the money that's owed you, or release it so you're not thinking about it anymore. Clean up the places that you store your money, and then create a good place that will organize your bills and receipts so that you are paying attention to them on a regular basis, clearing them out when they need clearing, paying them when they need paying, and being organized and clean. So that's step 1. Spiffing up your money homes. Your wallet is just one of your money homes. A lot of people, and this is especially true of men, they'll come home, take all the change out of their wallet and throw it somewhere. And I lived with a guy who did that, and money was literally everywhere. It was on the floor, it was in the couch, it was on the table, it was on a bowl that was filled with other knickknacks. And he struggled with money a bit. So I helped him create a money home. It was a jar. This is your change jar. You put the money in the change jar. He started doing that, and there were a lot of other issues with that fellow, so he didn't quite get over his money issues, but that did help the flow a bit. The other thing, now you've got this collection of loose change. What do you do with it? How many of you just let it sit there in the jar and look like money? A lot of people do that. Give that money some purpose. Exchange it for bills and take yourself out for a drink or coffee, or hey, buy food when you come to this networking meeting. Or you could give it a specific purpose. For example, I use the T. Harv Eker jar system. How many of you are familiar with that? I knew you would be. Basically, he teaches this system where you put a percentage of your money into these various jars for a purpose. The most important one is your financial freedom account. And you are supposed to put money into this account every day. So I have a financial freedom jar that when I first started out, I started putting a penny in. I'm now putting 3 dimes in. But I'll expand it beyond that, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But create a purpose for this loose change. Don't let it just sit there and stagnate. Get it flowing back into the economy, either by putting it toward your future or putting it toward just a really nice, relaxing cup of coffee today.